Hello everybody, SSA here, aka Super Suna Arashi, your coach of the Groningen Noctowls, bringing you week 4 of the IBA Season 4 Wi-Fi Division as we take on Galadite, or Mix, coach of the Calgary FlameThrowers. And first off, no face cam because I just came home from work and it's been a busy week. I had like problems with my shower cap, my bike got a flat tire and I need to fix that, and it was my birthday on the 25th of October, so there wasn't a lot of time left to actually sit down and, you know, go through this match with facecam and all. So I'm doing this a little bit, you know, without facecam, and if this video might seem a little bit hasty, then my apologies for that as well. But I'm recording this on the day I should be uploading it, so that's why it's like a little bit orthodox. But at least we don't have a DC last week. Also no team builder because of the stuff that I just said. So just like last week, I will put down the team that I'm using, like the whole spread, in the comment section below and pin it. So if you guys are interested to see what my team is looking like, or like if you're interested to using some of these monsters that I'm using, then go ahead and check down the comments, because there I will post the whole spread. But this week I will be rocking out with Porygon 2, this time with the Eviolite and the downloads, because I thought it was more safer in this week's matchup. We got Tapu Koko with the Zap Plate, we got Metagross with Assault Vest, this time not rocking out with Stealth Rocks but with Zen Headbutt. We got Gliscor, just like the same old Gliscor that we used the last time. Druddigon, the same old with Sheer Force and Life Orb. And then we got a newest member of the team starting from this week, Grumpig, holding the leftovers. And my opponent is bringing the Tsarina, the Mega Lopunny, the Toxapex, the Chandelure, the Hippowdon, and the regular Latias. So the mon I was very scared of was the Hippowdon, because I'm not bringing my Mega Blastoise this week. So when I saw the Hippowdon, I was like, we're already off to a bad start. The Toxapex and the Mega Lopunny can also be a trouble, but at least for those mons I have like a real answer. The Hippowdon, I don't really have an answer now for it. So because I'm also not rocking out Hidden Power Ice on my Tapu Koko. So it is a little bit like, maybe I should have brought Mega Blastoise instead of the Porygon 2. But he's going to start out with his Amber, which is the Tsarina. And I thought if he wants to start out with the Hippowdon, I can start out with Porygon 2, because we have Ice Beam on this thing and we can hit anything from him. So we're going to hit that download with our Attack Rust. It isn't going to do that much. He's going to hit the knockoff. I knew he was going to hit the knockoff, and I didn't want to risk losing any items on my other members of the team. I clicked Ice Beam because it was a safer bet, and as you can see here, that damage is doing an amazing damage, but it should have done more after I've done the calc. So this was like a very defensive, well, not very defensive, but it was a defensive Tsarina, if I should make a guess. Then of course he's going to switch out into his Toxapex, predicting the Toxic on the Tsarina here. After that I can just click Thunderbolt, because I brought Thunderbolt just for this thing, and as you can see, that is going to do like, it's going to be like a 4-hit KO. Now he's going to Scald, and of course after all the luck that I had last week, we now have some unlucky moments with a burn here on my Porygon 2. So my Porygon 2 doesn't have the Eviolite anymore and is burned. So my Porygon 2 is actually basically useless now, and that is why I said I rather should brought like the Mega Blastoise instead of Porygon 2. But we get a Paralyze here on the Toxapex, which is huge, which makes this thing like very risky to use on his part. He still has like recovery here, and he still can, you know, with the regenerator heal up some of his items. At this point I was like, okay, I need to switch out. Let's go into my Grumpig. Grumpig is a good check for this thing, as he's actually going to switch out as well into his Mega Lopunny. So here I was like, I can, you know, switch out back again, or I can just attack and hope I can do damage. But he's actually going to switch out into his Latias. Now I'm going to hit the Psychic because it was the obvious play. If I clicked Calm Mind here, that would have been huge. That would have been huge. But I know that, you know, why would you click Calm Mind with your Grumpig on a Mega Lopunny? He's not going to switch out. and he's going to outspeed, so he would have done amazing damage to me, and then, you know, he would kill me off the next turn either way. So going for the Calm Mind here was like very risky on my part, so that's why I went for the Psychic. Now here is where I kind of choke a little bit. So I knew this thing is going to attack, and I knew this thing is a Sea Captain from his side. So in my mindset, there was two things that could have happened during the game. Either he has the Dragonium Sea and he's going for that, or he has the Ghostium Sea and clicks Shadow Ball here with the Ghostium Sea. Now, if that was the case, I can easily go into my Porygon 2 and, you know, negate that Z move. If it was a Dragonium Sea, then my best option was the Metagross. That is what I was thinking during the match. So in my head, I was like, I need to take a risk now. I'm going into my Metagross and hope he has the Dragonium Sea, because that will not do as much damage as a Ghostium Z. Unfortunately for us, he brought the Ghostium Z on this Latias, and he's going to hit us hard with that never-ending nightmare. So we are Assault Vest, so we're not gonna die from this, but it will be doing an amazing damage to our Metagross, crippling down the Metagross at this point that it's just like the Porygon 2, it's basically going to be useless now for our match. We can still maybe hit something with the Bullet Punch, but I knew I can't, you know, stay in and risk losing my Metagross now. So I go back into my Porygon 2, predicting another Shadow Ball from his side, which he will be going for a Shadow Ball. But as I said before, Porygon 2 was useless. So, you know, I stayed in. If we live, we hit that Ice Beam on the on the Latias, but the Draco Meteor will kill off the Porygon 2. So Porygon 2 is down. His stats will now fall thanks to that Draco Meteor. So now I have a safe switch into my Tapu Koko. So I can just, you know, click Dazzle Gleam at this point. And at this point, I could also go on for the Calm Mind, because we are, you know, running Calm Mind. But he's actually going to switch out into his Sarina. Now, if I Calm Mind here, that would have been huge, and I should have Calm Mind here, because he was, why would he stay in and risk losing his Latias right on early? So again, a little bit of a critic point for me to myself on that move. But we will kill off that Sarina either way with the Dazzle Gleam. Now then this thing comes in, and I knew there was a small chance that I could have killed this thing with Druddigon, with Sucker Punch. And I knew this Druddigon can take a hit from the Chandelure. I was only, you know, afraid for a Fire Blast with like a burning me in the process. He's going to lower my special defense though, but I'm going to hit that Sucker Punch, and we are going to get a critical hit and kill off that Chandelure, getting Druddigon another kill in this season. And you know how I love, you know, hyping up Druddigon this season, and you know, you should have. I wish I had the option to live coverage my matches, because my live reaction to that was amazing. I think I screamed up my whole neighbors, because there was a small possibility that he would have lived, but the critical hit made, you know, sure that this Chandelure will go down. Then this Mega Lopunny will of course revenge kill the Druddigon right away, but Druddigon did his job. Druddigon got another kill, and it took down an amazing Mon on his side of the field if that Chandelure was Choice Scarf. So I go back into my Grumpig again. I'm just gonna click Psychic again, and I could have clicked Calm Mind here, but I didn't knew he was going to switch out again. So I go for the Psychic. This time he goes into his Toxapex, which does amazing damage. Look at this, and he's going to get that special defense drop. So if he wants to stay in, the Toxapex will die to the next, you know, Psychic. But then he's going to switch out immediately again, getting that Regenerator back and going into his Mega Latias. Maybe he was, you know, trying to see if I was Choice Scarf or anything, and that's why he switched out into Lopunny. I have to see his side of the field for that. But then he goes for the Shadow Ball, thinking I probably Choice Scarf. We will take that very well, and then we will hit that Signal Beam on the Latias. Unfortunately, it will not kill, but it will do amazing damage to the Latias. And fortunately for him, and unfortunately for us, we didn't get the confusion there. That would have been amusing, but it is not our lucky day on that note. Then I'm going into my Metagross, and he is going to, you know, shit a ball. Looking back, I could have just killed off the Grumpig and then go into Metagross so that I have a clean switch in to click Bullet Punch. But again, Metagross was crippled enough that I didn't think in the match itself it would be that much of a huge. Now we have Gliscor, Grumpig and Tapu Koko left. I go into my Gliscor. Now I went here for the thing that I've said so many times. I go for the knockoff first to get rid of that black sludge, because that thing was, you know, doing recovery for him, and if he wants to stay on the Latias, you know, the Latias will be knocked off. But then I go for a Swords Dance here, because I knew he could not burn me with Scald because we're already toxic. So I was like, I can put up the Swords Dance, we will tank that, and now I can just roost up my health back later on, or just click Earthquake, or, you know, do damage. I again went for the knockoff here, thinking he would switch out again to get some regenerated back. And at this point I was like, okay, looking how he's playing right now with the Toxic Packs, he's probably going to sack off the Toxic Packs. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to run off, and my ideal situation was try to get as much HP back before killing off this Toxic Packs, because he was probably trying to, you know, get me at a certain amount of health that the Gliscor would be taken down, you know, by one of his mons. So here I went for the Earthquake because I could have knocked, roosted off Illy away. He will go down, and I thought at this point I would be in a much safer position, because we're gonna get the Poison Heal, and we're like 75% of our health. Now here I was like, okay, let me pause this for real quick. Here I was like, okay, I have Grumpig left, I have Tapu Koko left. I could have gone into the Grumpig here and sacking off it, because in my mindset I knew Mega Lopunny gets Ice Punch, and you know, I've watched some of Galadite's matches and I know that his prep is pretty good. So I knew he was probably going to bring Ice Punch on the Mega Lopunny for Gliscor or for the Rotom, you know, because it just hits hard. So I was like, should I take the risk of it not having Ice Punch, or should I switch out into my Grumpig? I took the risk here because we were already at +2 with Swords Dance. So for the off chance he didn't have Ice Punch, we can attack. But unfortunately he does have Ice Punch, and Morbius goes down. Took a big risk there, but it was a risk I had to do. Now I go into my Grumpig, and at this point, you know, he now knows I'm not Choice Scarfed. I think that was his mindset. Again, I need to, you know, go watch his side of the match to, you know, verify that. But he can just click Frustration. Oh my god. My apologies. He can just click Frustration and kill off my Grumpig there. So my Tapu Koko comes in. We are going to, you know, take that Frustration very well. And we can just then click Dazzling Gleam on the Mega Lopunny and kill it off. There's Tapu Koko also gets a kill here. But now he can easily go into his Hippowdon. And as I said before, he used Hippowdon for the last moment, which was very good from him. I didn't brought Hidden Power Ice. I don't think Hidden Power Ice would have killed either way, by the way. And then the Earthquake will kill off my Tapu Koko. So we're going to lose this match with 2-0 after the win from last week against Aaron, which is kind of disappointing. But still, this is just week 4. We are now 1 win and 3 losses. There is so much that we can now actually do this season. Next week we will face off against Pokemaster, my coach of the New York Muse. So if we can manage to win there, then we are 2 wins and 3 losses. And we can still, you know, try to recover ourselves during the season. Because my goal for this season is to at least get like 4 or 5 wins. So that we at least, you know, are kinda doing great in Wi-Fi. And if we can manage to get on the 2nd place or even the 1st place, I think 1st place on our conference is going to be hard, but 2nd place should be doable. So if we manage to do that and reach playoffs, that would have been amazing. But I know that, you know, the battlers in my conference are amazing battlers like Poise. Poise is coming back from League Draft, but he's still an amazing battler. New Nation Games, who is an amazing battler. Aaron, who is amazing in battling. So I knew it was going to be hard for me as somebody that's, you know, still a rookie in Wi-Fi Draft League, it's going to be a little bit difficult for us to actually reach playoffs. So it's not a goal that I really want to achieve. If it happens, I would be amazingly happy, but if it doesn't happen, but we can still win like 4 or 5 matches this season and just have fun and just, you know, try to, you know, show that we have, you know, something special in terms of league draft format, then I would already be like a happy coach. So if you enjoyed this week's Battle of the IBA, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, share this video with others, slash the subscribe button down below, and hit that bell icon, because then you get notified every time I upload a new video, and that is sincerely appreciated. Shout out to Aaron for, you know, providing me for this Citra replay. His channel will be in the description as below, as well as Galadite's channel and his side of the match once it's up. So be sure to check them out as well. Be sure to check out all of the coaches in the IBA. Follow them on Twitter, follow the IBA on Twitter, subscribe to the IBA YouTube page, and next week I will see you in week 5 of the IBA Season 4.